What's up, guys? So today's video is going to be a Yu-Gi-Oh video for this week. I wanted to show this deck last week when I made my first video, but that whole update video took too long, so I'm dedicating this week to my deck. So first, we have our deck profile. Second, we have our combo. Third, we have our match. And that's it, guys. I played 3 different decks and I won 2 out of 3. First one was Zoo Eldritch, I won 2-0. Second one, Gren. I won that one 2-0 as well. I think so, yeah. And I versed Subterra and I lost to Subterra. And my final duel was against this dogmatic Blue Eyes Eldritch amalgam of stuff, which was crazy.
Sounds like the guy doesn't know how to build a deck. Yeah.
No, it was pretty good in the slow because he versed the Subterra deck, and it was actually pretty nice grind game wise. It plays really well during the late game, but I versed him with my deck and I was just able to set up my Windberry statue, and it was just crazy. All right, so let's get into the deck profile. Let's start off.
Just before we start, do we have a side deck as well, or is it just an...
Right now, the side deck is funny. It's more of a joke than it is an actual side deck, but I will introduce my side deck to you in a bit. Okay, so let's get on with it. Let's start off with the first things you need in the deck. So we have hand traps wise, we got 2 Ash, 2 DD Crow. Do you want me to put it here?
Yep.
Yeah, 2 DD Crow and 2 Droll. You play DD Crow because it's a Tri-Brigade deck. You want Winged Beasts. You play Ash because it's just good, and you play Droll because the meta right now, everyone's adding cards to their hand, including Tri-Brigades. The reason why you play him at 2 is just because it looks nice, it's even, and you don't want to see your hand traps as much in your opening hand because you're going first. All right, next. We have our Wind Barrier statue and our Apex Avian. If you draw into him in this deck, you don't really even need to normal summon. This can be a normal summon. And then you can go into this guy. That's why you play the Apex Avian as well. So those are your 2 wind targets. Next is our boy Nerval. Use him to dump to the grave to add to hand. It's pretty basic, pretty standard for Tri-Brigades. Then we got Karas. I play him at 3 because I like seeing him in my hand, opening hand. If I don't get Fractal, it's better to have him in your opening hand if you don't get Fractal, because you can still dump out stuff into the grave like anything. So yeah, all right, next. The main boy of the Tri-Brigade crew, Fractal. You draw this guy, full board. Full board. It's crazy. I'll show you the combo at the end. All right. Next, you have Kit. I only have 2 Kit. If I had 3 Kit, I would actually run 3 Kit because I appreciate having as many resources as possible, because a lot of the games I verse in my locals are grindy decks, so the more I have, the better it is. Alrighty. Now, next, the spice. The spice is very nice. We ready for this? We play 1 Zoodiac Bunny Blast. We play 3 Thoroughblade. We play 3 Whiptail. And we play 3 Ram, ending it off with the Zoodiac Barrage. I love zoos. They just look so cool. I never played it when it first came out, and I've always wanted to play them. And in this deck, you have Tenki, and when you play Tenki Lyrisk, it's like you only have Fractal as your target. In this deck, that Fractal in your hand plus a Tenki can end off with such a beautiful board. It's so nice, it's so simple, and you can play under Nibiru. Alright, now, 1-off spells, Foolish Burial, Upstart Golem, Monster Reborn, and Harpy's Feather Duster. We don't play any back row removal except for this. This is Extender, Extender, and Extender.
With Monster Reborn, what would be your target that you tend to...
You can't target any of your Tri-Brigade extra deck monsters if you summon them through their effects, because they're technically not summoned normally. They're summoned in a weird way, so you actually can't target any of those. For this deck, you can target your either your actual Zoodiac normal effect monsters or your Tri-Brigade effect monsters. You can also go for Zeus because you're summoning by the condition and all of your Zoo cards. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it for your targets for Monster Reborn. It's just an extender, like it gets you an extra body on board. All right, then you have the best draw card in this deck, Tenki. And in this deck, you have 20 targets. Oh, wait, not 20. You have, so including Fractal plus 11 of them, that's 14. You have 14 targets. Such a good card. And then to end it off, my only traps are 3 Solemn Judgment. It comes in clutch almost all the time. I won my last duel because I solemned a Dark Ruler no more. That's all I have to say. Next, extra deck. For my Zeus package, we have the 1 Divine A Zeus, the Chankanine, the Dryden, the Bobo, the Tiger Mortar. Don't play Hammer Kong, just because if I'm going to set up for Zeus, I'll already have 4 underneath, right? Including another monster would be 5. So if you want to go that way, that's your route there. Bobo is great for just attacking directly over Hammer Kong. Hammer Kong is kind of crap for everything. I just like these. And Tiger Mortar, none of them really come up. The only one you really need is this guy, Trident.
Just with that, with your Zoo package, if you go first, what Zoo do you tend to end on?
Always Trident.
If you go second, what?
I mean, if you go second, you can go into Bobo as your first one, because then you can attack and make Zeus, and then you attack with Bobo, and then you pile everything on top of it, and then if you need a pop, you can use Dryden after your Bobo to pop something on the field. Then you make Zeus, and then you have Zeus with like 5 materials, and it's amazing. All right, so that's the Zoodiac package. Now onto the let's go with the the Link ones. We have Link Karibo, Almirage. This is just standard from all the builds, you know, like Link Karibo is amazing. This is amazing for Kit, getting rid of Kit and playing. Then Link 2s. So I play a little bit of a different thing. So you have your 2 Fairjet, and you have, instead of your Wind Harpies, we play the 1 Darumadol. He's good in the sense that if your opponent is playing, there can only be 1, and you have Caress, right? Because that's your goal. You're at Caress and you're stuck. And they're playing there can only be 1. You can't move on from there. You summon Darumadol using its effect, and then you can use its effect to send your Tenki. So it says 1 spell trap on each field. So you have to pop your own spell trap. Normally you have Tenki left over, right? So you pop your Tenki and you pop whatever's in the way. Summon limit, you know. So we play Darumadol. Alrighty, and then we have our 3s, Link 3s, Rugal and Samorg. Rugal is amazing. I've actually ended on him sometimes. Like when I have a really bad hand, I can end on him, and then this just lets me bring out like a Caress from my grave, and then it just sets me up for the next turn. And Samorg is key for the combo. Finally, we have our Link 4s. We play 1 Appaloosa, which barely comes up. I don't really use her for her negates. I might sub her in for like a Boral Sword, maybe. You know, like when you wanna come back on your second turn, it's better to go into that. But yeah, Appaloosa is there if you can do that. Then we play my favorite card in the deck. The reason why I built this deck, Shureg. Zard is so sick. When he's summoned, he banishes a card off the field, any card, and it's non-targeting, so you can get rid of Dragoon. And then when he goes to the grave, you can add to your hand a level that's equal to the number of banished monsters you have. So you can just add Mist Valley thing to your hand, but that doesn't really it doesn't really matter. You just use that to recycle. Alrighty.
Onto the side deck.
Now, side deck. So this is a bit interesting. When I side out a complete core of my deck, and then I play Yishan's version. So Yishan's version, you know, you have the 2 Lyris monsters. So we play Nightingale and we play Rectal Starling. And then we have the 3 turquoise warblers. Then we have the Cobalts and the Sapphire. And that's my package there. That's it. I just play normal Tri-Brigade. Because sometimes, you know, you want to keep playing. That deck is simple. That deck is if you're versing Nibiru. If, for instance, you might know your opponent is like siding out Nibiru because, you know, you can trick him. You play this, and then they're like, oh, crap. He summoned it. the 5th summon's on your end phase, so they can't nibiru you, right? So then you trick them. Game 2, you side that entire Zoodiac out, and you put in you put in the lyrics, and then you just play like for 7 million turns, and then they regret. They're like, oh shit, I could put nibiru in. He plays both of the cores, but they don't know that you actually side them out. Then in your 3rd game, you side these all back out, put in the zoos, and you're ready to go. Again, you've tricked them again. Now nibiru is useless. And that really hurts me, because it's hard for me to think a way to play around. So I don't like to play around nibiru. That's why I do that. And then I just have 1 off each of the traps. So I play 1 extra DD Crow and 1 extra Ash inside, and then I just have a backer removal, Call by the Grave, and 3 imperms. Those 2 I probably turn into Prohibition or like 2 Twin Twisters. I just don't know. Like, it's just what I've had in my deck before I built this. That's what I was playing with the Ishan's build, and so I decided to change that up. And that is the deck profile. I'll quickly show you guys my combo to make make Simorgh with Wind Barrier Statue in 1 turn. So, okay, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sure I can make this with the hand that I've drawn, and what do you know, I can. So Tenki and Fractal is all you really need. And so, like, that's normally I always get the nuts. This is the nuts, right? So what you do here is you try to bait, but for instance, they can't stop you because you're going first, no hand traps. You go Tenki. You use the Tenki to either get a Thoroughblade or a Whiptail. I go for the Thoroughblade first. I do like Whiptail a lot more, but you go Thoroughblade, and then your normal summon, Starblade. Sorry, this stays on board. So then they're like, oh, okay, so he's playing Zoos. So you go 1, right? Then 2, you summon Dryden. That's it. That's that part. Done completely. Next, you activate Fractal. Then you dump the kit. They don't change no activated effects. So then you go just send the Naval. The Naval, then you normally add the Caress. But since we already know we have Caress, we will add another Fractal for next turn. Okay? So then that's all from that Fractal build. So you haven't really used anything else. You've drawn the Caress. If you didn't have the Caress, you'd be adding the Caress right now, right? So, or because you have the Caress, you'd add something else, another Beast Warrior. Okay, so then you go discard your Fractal to special summon your Caress. That's your summon number 3. Then you will always have a Wing Beast because Nerval is in your grave. You banish 3, right? And that banish will let you get out your Simorgh. That's number 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it, you end there. You end your turn, end phase, because you can't activate Nibiru on end phase. You've just made it in exactly 5. Well, technically 4, because they can't play in the end phase. And then you just pass your turn. It doesn't look like an intimidating board, but see, like, because you have 9 hand traps, if you add the Solemns to that in terms of interruptions, you have 11, 10, 11, 12. You have 12, so you will have a higher chance of at least having 1 in your hand. But we got lucky and we got 2. So then you have 2 more interruptions almost always. So that's the board. You have a Floodgate, a protection for your Floodgate. You have a pop on the field and 1 in your hand. Yeah, you don't have Appaloosa, but now, like in this day and age, everybody just gets rid of Appaloosa. Appaloosa is so easy to get rid of, right? Like, so what's the point in having that negate when something just stops those monsters from being on the board in the first place? And then if they can only normal summon, you just pop that normal summon away. You pop it away, and what? They have nothing on the board. No normal summon, they have to pass. They can only set cards. They can't special summon anything. You got rid of your problem. You got rid of the problem by using Dryden. What are they gonna chain? They can't chain, can't chain the traps. You have to use evenly. There's only a few things that can get around this. And you have the Judgment and the Ash sometimes to cover your back. So it's a very, I trust this board a lot. and it gets me through almost all my games.
Just before we finish up, what would you rate this deck? Like, how effective is it? And what do you think are some of the biggest weaknesses to this deck?
The biggest weakness to this deck would probably be the Caress. If you can stop the special summon of the Caress, Floodgates. Because I can't have Wing Beast, so you play There Can Only Be One, it will actually affect me quite a bit. So you can slow my game down quite a bit if you have like There Can Only Be One. Summon Limit is also a really great card against this deck, because you summon like 5 times. That's more than enough. Nibiru is still a good card against the deck, because if you don't draw the nuts like I do all the time, you actually have to play more into more summons, so that's always bad. And cards that cannot be targeted. And that's it, guys. So I hope you enjoy that. I'll post the video out for the duel. I'll try to put them together, so I'll have the duel I did after this. So I hope you guys enjoyed that as well. Let's go. 7.
That's pretty strong.
7. 9. 9. What? 9 again. 6. Okay, I go first. I go first.
1, 2.
Okay. What did I get? Normal summon.
Yes.
Fine. Cool.
Yes.
Lovely. Tried it. Activate. Fractal. Yep. Send kit.
Are we recording?
We are, we?
Yep.
Yeah, we are. It says up there.
Oh, yep.
Yep. Setting the ROM. The ROM lets me add. Alright. Okay. Activate cross. 3. Press effect. And go 1, 2, 3. Special summon some more. Set. Upstart. You get 1,000. Draw a card. And end phase. Yours. Draw. Woo! Let's go.
So 1,000 attack, right?
Yep.
Let's go. Activate.
What does Melody do?
I discard and I get to add 2 dragons.
Judgment.
I still discard as cost.
Yep.
Normal summon?
What's this one's effect again? Okay, so that's your normal.
Normal? Effect to add?
Chain to pop.
Yeah, but I still get it.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, now I'm gonna do
alright, so I'll send.
Yep. Can't stop that. Did you just have the Nibiru in hand? Because she can't add the Nibiru.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Effect to pop.
Oh, Entis?
Yep.
Oh
yeah, can
Pass,
pop.
yeah.
So let's go.
Is this or this?
Let's go with this.
Press? Yeah, cool. Good choice.
Yeah, because of that, I've gone goosed. Your turn.
Alrighty, end phase, effect.
Yeah, I stuffed up. What I should have done was pop Dryden first,
Yeah.
and then I would have won.
Oh. Oh, shit. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I would have had 15, 2,000, 5,000, 5,000. Oh, end phase? Sorry. The egg?
You can't special summon.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the egg. Yeah, I would have had 8K.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to scoop.
Are you gonna scoop?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. I was gonna summon Fractal. Change to attack and then
I'm
attack.
so annoyed. I should have won that. So ready? Should have done this. Would have popped that.
With?
Oh no.
You couldn't pop.
Trident. So then I get.
Chain?
So Trident would have. So this would have gone. Activate first. Pop Trident.
Oh, okay, yeah, because then I wouldn't have had. Yep.
And then this. Right.
Yep.
Gets me. This.
Yep.
And then special summon.
Yep. Oh, you can't special summon still.
That would have been popped. Oh wait, no.
It would. It can't be popped.
It would have been normal summon.
Yeah. Battle phase.
Battle.
Yeah.
Would have saved your turn. Then it would have been this.
That on the next turn.
And then blue eyes, and then spirit.
See, but the thing is, I still had Apex on the end phase, so when you special summon, I could negate the special summon.
I can negate that.
With?
Its own effect.
Oh, wait, when it's summoned?
Yep.
Because I'm negating the summon.
Oh, I'm not too sure.
When a card or effect is activated, negate that. So I think this would work. Oh, once per chain. Okay. Yeah, over. Game 2. Don't much in that game. Okay, you go in first, so I get to look at my cards.
Normal summon.
Yep.
Effect. Yep.
Okay. Punishment. You do with enters. So you set that?
Yes.
Yep. That's it?
Yes.
Draw phase. Standby phase. Okay, main phase. Let's go. Upstart Goblin.
Yep.
Let's go. Fire Formation Tanky. Normal summon Ram.
Yep.
Overlay.
Yep.
Trident. Activate Whiptail to attach. Okay. Cool. That's cool. Let's go. Trident detach to destroy. So detaching this.
Yep.
Targeting.
Is it a face-up monster? Yeah.
It's anything. Target one card. Face up card on the field and destroy it. Cool. Sweet. Easy peasy. I'm ready for that. Cool. Foolish?
Yep. Yeah. I suck at game 1.
Kit.
I could have done stuff, but yeah.
Kit effect to send. Naval. Naval effect to add. Let's go Fractal. Have a normal summon.
I didn't. Oh.
No.
Ah.
Oh wait, no. Ram was
Yeah,
my normal summon.
alright.
Yep. You good. Okay. Let's go Special Summon Crass by discarding. Alrighty. Crass effect.
To link summon.
Yep.
Small can't be destroyed by card effects.
Yeah, that and it's whatever it targets. Whatever it points to. Whatever wing beast it points to.
Alright, let me just read this.
So my summoning is fine. Okay.
With this guy, you can target one card on the field and destroy it.
Okay. Next set. Battle phase.
Before going into battle?
Yep.
Or activate?
Yep. Target.
Let's go. Let's see, blah blah blah.
Let's count. Yeah.
Target this.
Chain. Random effect. Negate. When your opponent activates a trap card or effect that targets this card, quick effect, detach all material, negate the activation.
Yeah.
Battle.
Yep.
2-4. Battle 3. It's 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. So how much? 2-4?
2-4.
No. I'm like, how is small not banned yet?
Oh, actually, you take 100 because of 5 formation tanky. Overlay. And then I'm going to overlay the Zeus because I attacked the Zoo.
Yeah.
End phase. Summon. Pass you.
Alright, draw. Let's try this. Alright. Dark Ruler.
Dark Ruler more. Solemn Judgment. Yeah, I got it.
Well, that's pretty much game.
Oh.
That's game.
Is it?
Yeah, because I can't lightning storm.
Oh. Oh yeah, you can.